Welcome to Bear Pantry Talk. This is the sister channel to the Bear Pantry Show. This is where you're going to find honest reviews, exciting unboxings, do-it-yourself projects, and engaging commentary.
Hey guys. Okay, I have my computer down here, but I have to look up here. So I'm in the living room. Let me mute the TV. Why? Because the little room is cold. I can't take the cold, guys. I simply cannot. So I'm out here in the living room. The puppy's sleeping, so I have to keep an eye. And today is Monday, January the 20th. And I wanted to come live because, right after the elections, we started to go live every day to boost each other up. I hope I was boosting you guys up. And I took off like a week and a half because I was going live at the cooking show. And every time I went live at 11 and I was done with the live like around 1 or 2 o'clock, I always said I'm gonna come right in, eat my lunch, come right in and do this live, but then I'm too exhausted. The lives are exhausting. Okay, hi 27 Av. The title is what all my relatives tell me all the time, but it doesn't help. I understand. I understand. Hi Sam Gloves. Oh my God, this weirdo come again. Hi, Christine. Hi, Hazel. Okay, if I miss you guys, I'm gonna come back around because I just want to pay attention to the camera. So I don't have no lighting or nothing. I have my blanket because I'm warm. I have the heater because I'm warm. I mean, I have my blanket because I'm cold. Okay, 27 Ab, I really understand where you're coming from with this, but I'm gonna give you guys a couple of testimonies of what I've gone through in my life, and maybe it'll help you guys. You have a live, but okay. B, okay, B. Okay, B, go there. Go there. Go there. Brenda said Michael Cohen is gonna go live right now. I'm not watching nothing on TikTok. I'm not gonna use TikTok. I didn't close my TikTok down, but I did not open it back up after they went dead and came back on. And it's because I have to wait to see who buys it. And if somebody like an idiot like Elon Musk or the guy from Meta or the one from Amazon, all those idiots, if they buy it, I'm shutting down my TikTok. Hold on, let me tell my sister I'm live. Hey Trace, I'm live. What's up? Okay, I'm live at Bear Pantry Talk, all right? All right. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, so I'm not gonna use TikTok. I don't even know if I'm gonna log into my Facebook, which kind of sucks because I have to log into my Facebook profile in order to get to my Facebook page, which is where I have my content, right? So I might log into the Facebook profile just to get to the page, and I'll just stay logged into my Facebook page. So if you see that I'm not interacting with anything that you guys do on Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook, it's because I'm not logged into my Facebook profile. I'm just going to be logged into my page. That's it, my page where I post my videos. So I told you guys in the last video that I'm not afraid to look stupid. I'm that person that if you call and you say, Barbara, this is the situation. Can you help me pray about the situation? I will pray until there's a solution or until there's an ending. All right. So when it came to my mom's sickness, I touched on this the last video. My mom got sick in 2012 with the cancer. It was stage 4, meaning that the cancer had already spread. And I feel like my faith alone and praying her through brought that cancer into submission for 3 glorious years. It came back, and again, my faith did it. I really have strong faith, but I wasn't always like this. When I first got married to Joe, I was 20 years old, and my faith was very weak. Every little wind that blew, I would fall apart and cry and lose my mind and just worry and fret. But Joe has never been like that. When Joe came to America when he was barely 19 years old, Joe didn't have nobody here but one auntie. And that auntie didn't promise that she was going to take him in. He just says, I'm going to come. He came, he stayed with the auntie for a bit, but it was a rough stay because Belizean people will say, yeah, you could stay here, but in the meantime, you could only stay here 3 days. And he had to manage. He gave the auntie, he got a little job. Back then, jobs were easier. I'm going to give you guys all testimonies of what we've endured, why I know that me personally over here, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And I want you guys to know that you're going to be okay because I feel like this is still not done. But I don't want to be that person like them 4 years ago when they denied it for 4 years. So I'm going to keep my opinion. I'm going to say my opinion today and then keep it to myself after that. And we're going to move forward with just whatever you need for me to do to keep you positive and to keep you sane. Because I have two different people in my life that fretted about this man getting back in office, and they're not even in their right minds right now. One of them became demented because of a heart condition. Now, that's my friend Nisa. She's not in her right mind. She's on oxygen on hospice, and I need to go see my friend Nisa. Just like I went to see mommy friend, I have to go see Nisa, okay? I'm not gonna sit and fret about what this man can or cannot do when I can't do nothing to fix it. If Biden walk out this White House and didn't do nothing to fix it, as far as I'm concerned, he did nothing to fix it. Yeah, people say he put in these judges and he pardoned all these people preemptively after the fact. Whatever the hell he did to secure up things, how can you secure up things from the man that now have the nuclear codes again and he's demented? You know what I mean? So we down here below, we can't do nothing to fix it. I don't want to hear them talk to me about come 2 years from now in the midterms we're going to take f that noise. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm not going to be thinking 2 years. When you're thinking in the future, you cannot live in the present. All right. So let's get back to Joe. Joe got a little job. Every time he got his paycheck, he took some money and gave it to his auntie to hold. This is not to bash his auntie because Joe is past this. Okay. They laugh about it now. When Joe got up to $500, Joe says, Auntie, can I have my money so I could buy a car? Back then, that's what the cars cost, right? Little bucket. The auntie said, I don't spend that. And Joe's like, oh my God. Joe walked to work in the sun, in the rain, in whatever he had to walk in to get to his job. And it wasn't too close. It wasn't a million miles away, but it was a good 2 to 3 mile walk every day to and from. That's why he wanted a car, right? The auntie spent the money. And that's what Belizean people will do to you. I don't know if other Caribbean people stay like that, but that's what Belizean people will do to you. If you stay with them, you got to pay to stay there. And if you can't put your money up in no bank because you didn't have your papers, then you're screwed if you let them hold your money because they're going to fall down on the way to the bank to put the money in rather than give you back your money, right? Try. I tried watching through Feminista Jones live and this platform kept shutting her down. I didn't watch because if you know, you know. If you're in my inner circle, you know why I didn't watch, and you know why me not watching made a big difference more than you not watching. The people in the chat who know, shut your mouth. Okay? So, anyways, I saw somebody's thumbnail where melanoma looks like a man with a big brim hat on. I guess she didn't want him to have to kiss her. That's why she put the hat. But so come back to Joe. Joe finally moved out with a roommate, save his own money, get his car, moved up, get his little jobs, moved from this job to that job, just constantly moved up until we met 84. He came 79. We met 84. I came 81. And at that point when we got married, right, none of us had our papers. Joe couldn't get it from nobody. His parents wasn't born here or lived here. He didn't have no siblings that had their papers. He was the first one to come. And then gonna get married to me when I have none. It's not like I lied to him. I told him I didn't have none. I had a way to get mine, but it was gonna take forever because it was already taking forever. Through my parents, and my parents was getting it through one of my dad's sister. And when I tell you from 1986 when we got married to 1990, that's 4 years of heavy praying, heavy expecting, heavy believing, of disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment we put for our papers. But we had a little team of maybe 4 people behind us that we trusted, that we confided in. I'm telling you, if you don't have your papers in this environment, don't tell nobody. Not in today's day and time, don't tell nobody. Don't tell your co-workers, don't tell your friends, don't even tell your family members, because these effing people gonna call in on you. All right, these people are evil. If you live in a red state and there's a way you can move to a blue state, move. I know it's hard to move, so I'm not just going to tell you move from a red state to a blue state. But if there's a way you can move and you're alone and you don't have things tying you to that state, try to move. Move from that red state, especially if you're a woman and you're having relations, you can get pregnant. Then what's going to happen then, right? We're going. I'm gonna pick up a sandwich. Sorry. Oh, I call that hooker melanoma. They call her melanoma or malaria, but I like melanoma better because she's like a cancer. So, anyways, finally, a door of opportunity opened for us, right? It was a door that was already open that we went through, but we got rejected. And we did not get rejected legally, but we didn't know that until 1990 when my brother-in-law Joe's brother met an attorney through his wife's uncle. See how far this thing go back? Degrees of separation. And he introduced us to that guy. And that made the world a difference for us. It still didn't happen overnight. From 1990 till 2001, we fought for our papers. And I can't tell you who I'll get it then from who I didn't get it then because it's not my their story to tell here on my platform. But I'm telling you, when you're waiting on something, sometimes you have to wait forever. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed these past 2.5 months without fretting, without fear. I put up my Christmas tree earlier than I normally do because I wanted to enjoy it. Because at first, when he supposedly get elected, because he cheated, and he told on himself at his rally, he told the whole world he cheated. That's why I'm like, it's not done yet. The week just started. Why come all of the top? Well, she only work all week. Is she job done now, right? Anyways, from 19 let's count it from 19, it goes all the way back before then, but let's start when we got into the system, 1990 to 2001. Okay, that's a long time. That's a long time. We lived in the shadows so much, guys, that we never put a Belize flag in our car. You know how people have the flag, they hang it on the rear view mirror? We never did that. We didn't wear Belize shirts. We didn't wear our Belize earrings. We changed our speech. Why do you think Joe talked like a country bumpkin? We didn't want nobody to know we had a Belize accent. We divorced ourselves from Belize because nobody was going to find us out. Okay? That's how we lived our life. Hi, Bessie. For real, 27 Av, for real. And I know that you're tied there. That's why I'm saying if you can, right? So after we get our papers, we still feel like shadow people. And we have our full-blown citizenship where we vote and everything, and we didn't get it through no marriage, so they can't take that away from us. Shit, this heater, they hit this computer hard. Let me see if I could put this computer down here, guys. Okay, if I move the heater, okay, it's not catching the computer. So that's one thing we were waiting on. Now, let me tell you something personal to me. So when Joe and I got married in 1986, we started to try 1 year later. So we started to try, so December 86 to December 87. So I would say around May 88. No, October 87. October 87, we decided we were going to try for our first child. The doctor says, they checked us out, we're all healthy. And they said, go ahead and try for 12 months. If nothing happens, then come back in and we'll start testing you both for stuff. We tried from October 87 to October 88. That was the 12th month. Okay. I went to go see my aunt, my cousin Cindy's mom. And she gave Joe some aloe vera slime. And she says, now you're going to get her pregnant because it's always the man's fault. My auntie she was something else, right? And I got pregnant immediately after that. And I had Joshua that following June. A couple years later, got pregnant easily with Jory. No hassle, right? Quickly, easily, had Jory. So then in 1994, Jory was born 91. I told Joe, I said, okay, I'm getting older. I don't want to have no kids when I jump 30. I'm about to be 29. I said, can we try for one last kid? I said, I don't care if it's a girl or a boy. I wasn't shooting for like, oh, I want a girl now because I have the boy. That would have been nice. But I just wanted a third baby and then done. I didn't want no more than three. And Joe said, no. This is the beginning of 1994. Joe said, no, I'm not ready for that. I don't think I want a third child. I'm okay with the two. And he was a good hands-on dad. And so I had to agree. What else option did I have? And like the title say, if I can't do nothing else about it, then why worry? I wasn't gonna sneak behind Joe back and pull tricks on him and get pregnant anyways. And then he have to suck it up and agree with it. Now, I don't play that kind of game, you know? So fast forward to March of that year, 1994, when a Joe's brother visited with a woman that he was living with but not married to. And I didn't know she had two kids she left in Belize. They were 5 and 11 years old. And they visited, and at the table, the brother asked if I wanted more kids. I don't know why that topic came up, and I said yes, but Joe said no. I said the truth. And Joe says, well, I didn't say permanently no. I'm saying that I'm not ready. I'll wait and see how this year plays out, 1994. And so then the brother left with the girl, and he called me and he said, I want you to know that you're going to be an aunt again. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, so and so is pregnant. And I go, what? I said, is this her first child? And he says, no, this is her third. She has two in Belize. I said, what the hell? And she's, because at the table, she kept lecturing me and saying, why would you want more children when you already have two? And if your husband don't want any more, then, you have to abide by that. She would tell me, Madaras, when she not even married to my brother-in-law, she was never married to him. She was always the concubine, right? And she'd breed for him. When she have two picnic for two other men, she out there making patchwork picnic. And you gonna try to tell me shit, right? Oh, I was enraged. I was enraged when I got that news. Wasn't good news. You call me and tell me about a pregnancy, it's not always gonna be good news for me, okay? So hi, Christine. Christine's been in here, right? B, did he say anything? B, did he get pardoned? Oh, happy Martin Luther King Day to you guys. 30 years, right? Since we've been celebrating this day. Yeah, so Joe said, maybe in the future, right? But I was pissed. So that baby was born June. That girl baby was born June. Because when she sat at my table in March of 1994, she was already 6 months pregnant and I didn't know. And the thing that pissed me off about the whole situation is that she going to try to tell me how to feel and what to do. When I have a whole husband from 1986, I was married to Joe. This was 1994. She knock around, sleep with everybody. And she gonna try to tell me what the hell to do? She was Joe uncle girl first, but he had a wife. Then the brother gonna pick she up. Oh, we gonna get dirty up in here today. Anyways, fast forward to November of that year. Joe says, you know what? If you want that third baby, I'm okay with it now. We're not gonna do anything to, like go see the doctor and test this and that. We just, if it happens, it happens, right? It happened immediately. And by December the 10th, I found, because this was right before Thanksgiving, I found out that I was pregnant. I was so happy, so excited, because this is something that I wanted. I felt incomplete with just the two kids. So then I went to the doctor, and no, I took tests at home, a lot of tests, like 2 or 3 tests. And the doctor said, oh, I'm not going over there. That's why I screen recorded everything yesterday, B. So I finally went for my visit. I was supposed to be 10 weeks along. And when I got there, they said, the ultrasound says the baby looked like it's 6 weeks along. I said, no. I do the math. And they're like, okay, you need to go do this one test. And the doctor didn't say why I needed the test. But when I went for the nurse to write up the test for me to go to the lab to give the blood, the nurse slipped up because I guess she thought I knew. And she says, oh, you're having a miscarriage? Man, I was devastated right when she says, oh my God, the doctor didn't tell you. Oh my God, I thought you knew. That's what this blood work is about. Yada, 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 yada. Went back and forth several days that week, and the numbers kept plummeting, which was bad news for the baby. That means I'm miscarrying. And from Wednesday to Sunday of that week, they let me bleed out and be in pain until that baby came out of me at 10 weeks along before they did a DNC. I'll never forget that. So I know what these women are going through. Because I kept going back, like, could you please do the DNC and just let me be done with it? Just let me just get rid of this baby so I can grieve. It's already dead anyways. I'm not attached. I already let it go. It's dead. Oh no, they put me through hell. So when I had the miscarriage and they finally gave me the surgery, and it was painful because I can't take the paralytics and stuff like that, right? Finally, I was able to grieve and cry. And my tears wasn't even over the loss of the baby per se. It was over the loss of the fact that I would probably not get a chance to try again because Joe was against it. And Joe says, I don't know if I want you to try again. This was hell that you went through. And he was right, because the hell I went through was having that DNC without any medication. You know, that's what the women have to go through with them back alley stuff, you know? So I was allowed to grieve. I went to see a friend, a really good friend that I had at the time. She was pregnant and didn't want me to know. Like, why not tell me? This was her sixth child, anyways. Who cares? Right? And she had the nerve to ask me, did I do anything wrong to cause me to lose that baby? And I said, something wrong like what? Stub my toe? Eat okra? I don't know what the hell she asking me. She gonna talk like evil things because I like to curse and nobody gonna stop me from cursing. I would left the she house and just stay home the rest of that week and just grieved on my own with my two baby boys. And by the time I was healing in 6 weeks and the doctor said you could try again, Joe says, don't cry. We'll try again. I already gave you my word that we could have that third baby. So don't feel like because you lost this one that I'm going to just backtrack on you and say no. And then I got pregnant with Jada. And she came that same year, 1994. So I was all set to say 1994 was the worst year of my life because I miscarried my beloved baby that I begged Joe for a whole freaking year, blah, blah, blah. And God said, shut your damn mouth. I'm going to give you another child the same year. She was due January 3rd. She going to come in the same year, December 27th, 1995, because the next baby was due August 31st, 1995. You're going to have the baby in the same year, so you could shut your damn mouth about 1995. It's not the worst year of your life. All right? So then fast forward to 2016 when I lost my mom, my uncle, and two good friends. And that's when that asshole came to power. And I just felt like 2016 was the worst year of my life. And then 2024 would come back in at the same circle again. I see other people where they're rejoicing. Somebody actually said in somebody's chat that they cried tears of release and relief when this man got sworn in because God wants him in power. I'm like, what the? Are you fucking kidding me? What? I won't delete it. I'll leave it up, okay? Yeah, no more 27. I'll go back to work, darling. I'll leave it up. So God blessed me again. You know, when Jada lost her dog, the one that was 3 years old, Willow, the dog dug through the bottom of the fence, got out in the alley with the other dog, Shadow. Shadow always escapes. Willow didn't escape. Willow got hit by a car, died right literally down the street where I can walk at the corner, right? I had to see the dead body. Jada was driving. Joe and the boys had to come bring home the dead body and bury the dog. That dog was only 3 years old. The dog had a lot of life left. And when Jada was grieving that dog, I told her the story of the miscarriage. And I told her, God is going to bring you a puppy that is so amazing, Jada, that he's going to make up. You're not going to forget Willow. You're not going to forget Willow. But that puppy that comes is going to make up and just heal you. Willow's going to send it. And she got Wednesday. She got Wednesday about 30 days after we lost Willow. No, it was longer than that. We lost Willow the ending of June. We got Wednesday like August. So she got Willow. So 2 months later, she wasn't looking. I was looking because I figured she needed something to fill that void. Willow was the dog she got when she entered high school, and Willow died right after she graduated high school. You know? So then we had Wednesday for 10 beautiful years, and then we had to put Wednesday down last July. And we're still crying over Wednesday, guys. We're still grieving that dog. So this dog right here is not a replacement. She's somebody new, somebody different, right? She's a little bit of Willow combined with a little bit of Wednesday. We see a lot of Willow's personality in this dog. Willow was a feisty thing, man. We used to call her muscles. She was built with muscles. She was a lab mixed with a bloodhound. A killer, a stone cold killer. She would kill them possums, man, and bring it to this back door. Then Wednesday was so serene and calm and sweet, quiet. This dog is a cross between both of them. Miss Evie. Evie means new life, Her real name is Evermore, but we call her Evie. I'm watching over there because she's sleeping. So I'm telling you that when it comes to these elections, I personally did everything that I could possibly do. I voted in the primaries. I voted in the elections. I made sure that my vote was counted. When the steal happened, because I still believe that they stole it, he said they stole it. He's saying it with his own mouth, right? When the steal happened, I wrote to the president a couple of times, and to the vice president, and to my governor, and to anybody I could write to. That's all I can do. What else can I do? What else can I do, guys? If I can't do nothing else, then I'm going to pray. I'm not going to sit here and fall apart and worry. I took an assessment of all the miracles that God has blessed me with throughout my lifetime. To look at my marriage, 38 years to somebody that I truly love, somebody that loves me, that we're happy together still. A lot of people don't have that. And I'm not saying that to show off. I'm saying that to just marvel at God. The losses that we've endured as a couple, my mom, Joe's dad, his stepmom, you know what I mean? And all this on camera. All this was on camera. This is not before I met you guys. This is on camera. Hi, sweetie. So for the people like Ascari, I know Ascari is going to watch this later. Don't fall apart. Don't fall apart. Keep working on yourself. Don't borrow tomorrow's trouble. Yes, he made all kind of promise what he do, but he promised his people stuff too. And they're already turning against him because he's not going to be able to deliver on nothing that he promised. Can you imagine this? Being in a job that you abhor? The job that I do at YouTube where I make the cooking videos, I used to love that job. But about 2 years now, I start to hate that job beyond all measure. I don't like having to do those cooking shows. I don't mind going live and doing cooking on live because I'm just talking to people. And it's just like if you're here with me at the house and I'm cooking and chit-chatting with you. But if I have to sit down and edit a video, cooking video, I feel like I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. So can you imagine being hired back for a job that you've had before that you absolutely effing hate? You have to live in a dump of a White House that the slaves built. All day long, you don't have no freedom in your own place. Your wife hates you. You hate your job. You only vie for that job because you don't want to go to prison, and yet you're still in a prison. He's in a prison. We're not. That man's in a prison, and we're not. You guys are going to have to hold on to that. All right? Imagine that. A wife that hates you, that says, I'm not going to live there. I'm going to dress like a whole man and put on a brim hat so you can kiss me in public because I hate you so much. And now you have to actually show up to do a job. Everybody to vie for you. Remember you promised me this? Remember you said me I do this? Remember. If you want to know what that feels like, watch when somebody do a favor for you. You don't even have to ask them for the favor. Somebody come out of the blue and they do, and especially people who have ulterior motives. They'll do a favor for you, and then pretty soon you're on the effing hook. I don't want nobody to do anything for me and then tell me you owe me one. If I have to owe you one, no. If I have to tell you I owe you one, no. I'd rather live without that thing, or I'd rather live without that favor. I don't do nothing for nobody and tell them you owe me one. No. No matter what it is. If it's I have to help them write their mother eulogy, or I have to help them, figure out something else to do this. If I have to give them money, if I have to bake them a cake, you don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me nothing. You see my friend that don't talk to me since the election because I tell him, let's not talk about this because we're going to fight about this, because I didn't want him to sow seeds of doubt over me. I was asking God for something and I held on to that to the bitter end. And the bitter end came today. And still there's a part of me saying, you know what, I don't feel like it's finished. I feel like there's still things going on. And if people say, oh, this can never happen, they'll never remove him out of office. And if they remove him, then we're going to be stuck with JD Vance. No, because if they show where everything was stolen and what all they did, the crimes and the treason and all that stuff, they will all be removed forthwith and tried and convicted. But we all know America is weak and they won't do that. They know how to go into everybody else's country and remove their leaders. I've told you that before. But they don't know how to remove their own dirty diaper leader that they put back in again. And I feel like all the MAGAs that have fallen for this man's stupidity, I blame it on the churches. Don't invite me to your church because you're going to get a bitter answer out of me. I blame it on the churches. The church, when you go to church, they have you programmed. They have you programmed into believing everything them people say. These priests in Catholic Church, they come up with all these dogma and rules that are not of God. And then when they want to change the rules, okay, this priest got a vision from God. The Pope got a vision, so now we're going to change this, okay? You can be a priest if you're gay. That's what they say now. At first it was no, right? You could be a priest if you're gay because guess what? You can't have no wife anyways. You're gay, when you're a priest, you have to be celibate. So what's the big deal if you're gay or straight? You know? They're going to pay me back. I give it to them. Exactly, Sarita. Exactly. And sometimes things are alone. Some justice, right? Sometimes, hi, Ascari. Yeah, avoid anything that's going to upset you. Avoid anything that's going to upset you. I turn on LMN and ION because even when they bring commercials, it has nothing to do with the news or politics. You know what I mean? If the card readers that I'm watching are talking too much about politics and it's going to upset me, I'm going to move on from them too. You know what I've been watching all weekend? What would you do? Oh my God, that stuff have you in tears all the time. What would you do? but good tears, not like sad tears. Yeah. It's like if I'm lending somebody money, I try not to lend. But sometimes in the past, I did have to lend. Like when my brother-in-law needed to borrow money to pay his rent, I needed that money for my mortgage. So I had to lend him that. I couldn't give that to him. And he came and he paid me back. And I was able to pay my mortgage. And we did that a lot. Lend each other money to pay that bill. And then when I get it, I pay him back and he pay for him bill. Back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes I was the lender, sometimes he was the borrower, right? So sometimes you have to lend, but if you have it within means to give, I would rather give than lend. You know what I mean? I watched Judge Toller this morning. Remember, she lost her husband a couple of years ago, and she said she's starting to put on makeup and go out again. Also, people are starting to recognize her again. And when people stop her in the street or they whisper, "Is that her? Is that her?" She step up to them and go, "Yeah, it's me." And they will tell her, "My mom loves you." And she'll say, "Get your mom on the phone right now. Show me proof." And she talked to the mom and she says, "The joy that I bring them and their mom leaves me with more joy." You know what I mean? We went to visit mommy's friend. She has full-blown dementia, 2 years in. She was still her same personality. And it was a fun visit, even though she didn't really remember me and Joe to that. You know, she talks stuff like, "I'm going to Belize, you know." And we're like, "Okay, when? You're going for Easter?" You're just having a regular conversation about shit that's not going to happen. You know, it was a wonderful visit. She don't have to worry about who they in the office who want to bring damnation upon us. You guys, this is my intuition. I feel that Trump has a heart condition. People are like, "Oh, he's going to die from a stroke." I feel like it's going to be his heart. I feel like when the elections were over, because I'm never going to say he won. He never won. When the elections were over and he went missing for 10 days, and everybody said, "Wait there." And they said, "Oh, that motorcade left. He's sick." That motorcade left as a distraction. They helicoptered him out to Walter Reed. And I do believe they put a stint in him. And I do believe they told him, "You have 3 to 6 months." I believe they gave him a time frame. And I believe he's shitting his pants right now. Like, God damn it. I have to spend 3 to 6 months, my last 3 to 6 months in this dump of, he feels like the White House is a dump. I have to spend time in this dump. I have to sleep, use that same toilet where Biden made to use. What the F? Why the hell was Biden in the limousine with him this morning? Grinning like a Cheshire cat, and they look miserable. They all look miserable. Imagine that. For you people who have jobs where you work outside and you love your job, imagine if you hated that job. You know what me and Joe did yesterday? We went to watch a drag show. First time. They call us up on stage because that's where Jada works. She works with the queens. And they asked us, how did we feel to know that Jada is doing a job like this? What is Jada doing? Picking up the queens' dresses when they have to do a reveal, pick up the money that people throw at them, keep it in the bucket, make sure the DJ play the right song, this, that. Jada loves her job, right? And I told them we're proud. We're proud that we raised a loving daughter that is accepting of everyone. That's how Mama raised we. When we left and Jada come home later because Jada had to do another shift, Jada says, Mommy, they were all touched. All those queens were touched that you guys are as old as you are, 58 and 67, and that you guys just accepted them, loved them, showed them appreciation. I was like, you ladies are so beautiful. They were all, they do the most to look good and dance and lip sync, and that's a lot of work. They sweat, people be throwing money. It was so much fun, guys. It was so much fun. All right. I watched that this morning too. Was that inspirational? You talk about Judge Toller? You watched that this morning too, Sar? Hey Carla, darling, my sweet baby, how you feeling today? I'm looking down at the computer, okay, guys? Forgive me. It's so freaking cold in this house. We're not turning on the heater because we can't afford to pay the heat bill. I am like 2 or 3 months behind on my gas bill. And every now and again, I pay one. And then I'm 2 months behind and I pay another one. So I'm not turning on that heater to rack up this bill. The light bill is lower right now with this little heater I'm burning right in front of me. The hell? You know what I mean? And I have something else to tell you guys. I was in pain again last night. All right. And I think I figured out what the pain is about. Right. So I have diverticulosis. That's the disorder. When they say diverticulitis, that's the inflammation. That's the flare up of the disorder. And I think when I have those stomach pains is when the disorder flares up. Okay. And I'm going to have to start doing better with myself because I really do believe whenever I eat corn, anything with corn, if it's corn tortilla, corn chips, corn on the cob, corn meal, anything corn related, corn flakes, some of the cereals, I feel like it really does a number on my stomach. So yesterday I went to the drag thing and we had some nachos that they had over there, but it didn't have cheese. It was like a breakfast nacho thing with some egg on top of it, a whole pile of mess, but it had the corn chips. And right after I ate it, I didn't even eat a lot of it because I started to feel nauseous. And then I started to have some cramps, right? And then I came home and I took some ginger ale and stuff and I was okay. I went to bed and I slept peacefully, and at 3:17, I always wake up at 3:16 or 3:24. This time it was 3:17. I woke up with a pain come up from my upper stomach and just right here in my chest, like it was cracking my chest open. And I know it's gas pains, right? So I feel like when I have the flare up, the inflammation and things get stuck at that one spot, because diverticulosis, your intestines gets old and limp, like an elephant's trunk, how it wrinkle up. And then some of it sometimes it stick together and things can't pass, right? Sometimes it's just things that's in the humps and the lumps, right? Seeds and nuts and stuff. That's why I don't eat any nuts, but I do get seeds from tomato and I get it from what do you call the thing, cucumber and stuff like that. And I try to cut it out of the cucumber, but it gets in. No matter what you're gonna do, seeds are gonna get in, right? And I feel like I had a flare up when that happened. And I remembered one night I had a flare up so bad about a month ago that I had to come sit in the recliner for like 3 hours. and I drank hot water and I put the hot cup on the pain, and that dissipated the pain. I feel like everything that's stuck below that certain spot can pass. So then I'm not constipated, but anything that's stuck above it cannot pass. So it's trying to come back up this way. So what I did right away when the pain hit me at 317, I took the heating pad. I have one that you plug in. It's right there by the side of my bed. And I just plugged it in and just rolled it up and put it right there. And I was able to go back to sleep. And I'm okay right now. I don't have any pain, but I don't have any appetite either, which is a good thing. Because, I still need to lose my weight. Not having appetite is a good thing. So I didn't eat any breakfast. I had an orange. And now, like when Joe came up, we're going to go figure out what we're going to make for lunch. And whatever lunch I eat, it's going to be small, right? And I'm just going to get through. And so that was my attitude today when that inauguration was going on. I'm like, I'm not going to let this man bring me down. I'm young. I'm 58 years old. This man is 78 or 7, going to be 79 soon. I don't know how old he turned in this year. He's June 14th. If he makes it to June, he's old. He's in diapers. He's demented. He's got ischemic strokes, alleged. All this is alleged, okay? He's got a heart issue. He's worse off than we are, guys. We're not in his situation. No matter what your situation is, even if your situation is, okay, I've got a health issue that I'm dealing with, yada, 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 you have to stay positive to deal with that health issue, or else you're going to be dead before you see him come to justice, and he will. He's not immortal. He's not immortal. He's just got people behind him that's using dark forces to keep him in power. And dark forces could never come against light. Positivity and good and God and light, that's always going to win. What do things say? If you pray, why worry? If you worry, why pray? Joe made me promise. That's why I'm so strong today. Joe made me promise like 3 weeks ago, look, I know that you're hoping for this, and I've been behind you this 2.5 months. I haven't sowed no seeds of doubt in you. If you ask me, don't turn on the TV so you have to see that mess, I don't turn it on. I've done everything that I can do. But I need a promise from you. When this shit goes down, if it goes wrong, if it goes not the way you want it to go, you are not going to fall apart. And you're not going to allow people to seep into your life that's going to make you fall apart. If they're going to be sucking your energy and having you have to build them up all the time, and they're not trying to build them own selves up, I'm going to cut them out of your life. My sister, I'm going to give her 1,000% credit, because she's kept it together through all her anxiety and depression that she suffers from. She's kept it together, believing God, because she has her own testimonies of the different times when God showed up for her. You're going to have to write that shit down. Go make an assessment. That's why I put that on the picture. Go make an assessment of the times that God was there for you. When he showed up in the midnight hour, when you just know that something was going to go left and it went right. And you know that it's God that did it. If you don't believe in God, believe in the universe. I don't care. It's not my job to convince you that God is real. If you want to believe in the universe, that the universe brought it to you, I'm okay with that. Okay, you don't have to walk away from here. If you're a Trump supporter, you need to get the F out of my life. Get away from me. Don't come near me, because I'm not going to be there to hold you when the shit falls apart. I'm gonna say I love that for you. Tasha K, that piece of shit trash content creator, she voted for Trump proudly. I love his policies. What policy? Bitch, you are not rich. You owe Cardi B $4 million because you wouldn't shut your goddamn mouth about that girl having a disease. You are not rich. So what policies of his can help you? No, yesterday she was on one of her channel talking about regretting her vote. And she says, I didn't vote for Kamala because she was playing in my face and messing with my intellect about these female rappers. I don't know what Kamala was doing about female rappers. I really don't know. Right? Playing in my face. So I couldn't vote for you. Messing with my... What intellect? You didn't even graduate high school. What intellect? No, I regret my vote. I wish I could take it back. You know? I love that for you, bitch. I love that for you. I really do. Anybody that voted for Trump and shit goes wrong for them, I love that for them. That's the bitter part of me. I never tell you I'm a saint. I love that for them. The people who didn't vote for him that are going to punish because maybe they don't have them papers. We have family members in that situation. We're just going to keep praying them through and keep them protected. Glad we live in a blue state where they're not going to be able to just jump in the streets and sweep people up. All the rich people will live in a Palisades, because it's not all the rich people house that burn. Some people, some middle income people house burn too. So I'm not talking about them. Talking about the Kardashians and James Woods and all them people with their house burn, and they have a third and a fourth house to go to. You wanted him. I believe the GOP is the one that said, clean up that area. We want that land. I do believe that. That's my opinion, okay? Let's see. Spoken like a true soldier of the Lord, a man. See? I think we have 60 right now, B. We have 60 right now inside the house, but I have the heater on. Askari, don't even speak the words. I'm not ready for the next 4 years. It's not going to be 4 years, babe. It's not going to be 4 years. This man don't even got 4 months. And don't worry about, oh, they're going to give us JD Vance. No. No. That's the steal that they did is still going to come out. And you can't say they're never going to remove him because they've never done that before. It's unprecedented. Well, it's been unprecedented to put a felon in office to run this country. That was unprecedented, right? I am sorry that Biden is such a goody two-shoes man. Because if it was somebody else in power, they would have been done, did what they had to do. But he has to go seek the Lord and this and that. Oh my God. Why? I heard that he pardoned several members of his family. Not because they did nothing wrong, but because they were going to F with them. I don't blame him for that. I'm just upset that he did not pardon Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen deserved a pardon. And I don't care who come in here and tell me, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, he did wrong in the beginning, but when he went to prison and he changed, he did everything to make his wrong right. How can you stop somebody like that? If you have somebody in your life and they did wrong to you, right? And you tell them you forgive them, and you see them working so hard to gain back your trust, how can you keep shooting them down? You might as well say, okay, stay away from me and let's not be friends because I can't get past the hurt that you did for me. And you're going to work like a trained monkey all day long trying to make it right. And I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to accept it because it's too painful for me. Whatever the pain is that the person caused you, if it's too painful for you, release that person. Release them and say, don't try to make it right with me because you can't make it right. Just go one direction and I'm going to go the next direction. Because it's not fair to do that to people. I always tell Joe that I say, even if I'm the one that cheated on you, which none of us have ever cheated in here, but we talked that early in our marriage. Let's say I effed up and I cheated on Joe. And Joe says, okay, I'm going to forgive you. And we're going to try to make it. But every 2 seconds, Joe throw that in my face. Every 2 seconds, he said, where am I there? Because I know you must make God do so and so, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not doing nothing because I really walked away from it. I would have to walk away from that marriage, even though I was the one that was wrong. I would have to walk away from that marriage because I couldn't live the rest of my life like that. And you shouldn't want people to live the rest of their lives like that. If they've wronged you and you've forgiven them and you have accepted them back, you can't set up no conditions. If you're going to have to set up conditions, forgive them and let them leave. Release them. Don't let them be doing backflips trying to make up amends to you because it's not going to work. You know what I mean? That's why I can't get along with no, you voted for Trump, you voted against me. I don't care if you say, oh my God, I regret it. So what? We done told you, you laughed in our faces. We told you what this man was about, but you want to stay there and make church dictate things to you. F the church. I don't want, no talk to me about no church. You could talk to me about God, but not no damn church. Okay? I saw that Marcus Garvey done dead, right? Is that posthumously? You have to say, cause the dopey them get the yeah, Biden did good, but he didn't do good enough. And people say, don't hold it against him because maybe he didn't have enough evidence. They have evidence. You're not going to tell me we out here on the outside looking in, see all the things this man did, and they on the inside and didn't see it? Why Kamala and Doug and all of them laughing today? And let me tell you something for those of you that are going to fret. Because my thing is, I didn't want Trump to steal this destiny from Kamala. This was her destiny. And it was stolen from her, just like Isaac and what's his brother's name? Um Jacob. Isaac and Jacob, right? Jacob stole Isaac's destiny. Although they said Isaac gave it away for a meal. That's what somebody said. I didn't want him to steal Kamala's destiny. Okay? And if that's what happened, which I still don't believe, I still feel like shit's going to happen between now and March. Okay? If that's what truly happened, that he stole the destiny, he's going to have a lot to pay for that. And Kamala's going to be okay. Because guess what? She's still richer than me and you. She still have a husband that's richer than me and you. Okay? Hi, baby. Hi. Hi, Mama. Hi, the baby got her second set of shots today. They're all richer than us. Biden's richer than us. Dr. Jill gonna still be Dr. Jill. Hunter Biden is pardoned, praise God. Kamala have a husband that love her. She's happy. She have kids that love her. Sister that love her. Nieces that love her. She gonna be all right. Even if she doesn't come back and be president in the next 2 months like I hope, she gonna be all right. We're going to sit over here and pine away and fret and get upset and sick and this and that. I'm not going to watch no goddamn news. The news go F itself. For 4 years, I'm not watching no news. You guys will have to tell me what the hell's going on. I could actually get rid of my 15 channels that I have at Spectrum because I only watch 2. We going to be all right. We just going to have to find out how to make money under the table. We're going to have to figure that out. Why you think they want all these Bitcoin and things? Because they want to track your money. When I see them people throw them ones at them drag queen yesterday, I said, this is the way life should be. Gather up that money, girls. Gather up that money. Nobody have to know about it. Right, Jada? Nobody have to know about it. Girl. So going forward at this page, I don't really want to talk about politics because I never really wanted to talk about politics. We just started to talk about it because of the elections. I want to continue forward with talking what we're going to do daily to make ourselves better. Health-wise, like physical health-wise, spiritual health, emotional health, mental health, right? What we're going to do to find it. Look how much joy I've had in the past 2.5 months. This man has been elect since November the 5th, right? People have been pining away, biting their nails, stop eating, stop going out. I'm like, what? Look what all we have. We had our 38th wedding anniversary. We enjoyed Christmas. We didn't get in debt over Christmas. We enjoyed Jada's birthday on the 27th. Jada got a new puppy. We enjoyed New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We finna enjoy Martin Luther King Day today. Right? Valentine's is coming up. Girl, we have a lot to look forward to. They say you never have no problem but a wisdom problem. We is dumb if we're going to let that get to us. No, 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 no. Leave that. Why is that out here? Was I sweeping today? Oh, yeah, I did sweep today. She coming. Hey, she coming. Okay. I have to make sure the doors are locked. She's not having as many accidents as before, but we still have to keep an eye on her to get her outside in time, right? On time. Me and Joe got to figure out what the hell we're going to eat. How long I've been here? 53 minutes? Yeah, they didn't give us anything. Even when Biden was in office, what else did you get that was extra? We got the cure. We got, well, not the cure, but the vaccine for COVID, right? He gave us some more in Joe's Social Security, so I'm going to thank him for that. He did boost it a good percentage that first year, right, because of COVID. And after that, he's just been working hard on trying to do the right thing for all these other countries. And for people to say, oh, then they send this, Ukraine and this, they had to do that. They have to keep that fight out there. You don't want that fight to come here. And you know what? The astrologers are predicting that there's going to be a war. But don't let that let you panic. The war is not going to come here to us in your city, USA. It's going to be out there with NATO defending all of us. And it's going to be short-lived, and they're going to straighten up some things. Don't let none of that stuff make you fret. Okay? Don't let none of that stuff make you fret. It's like, no. When I say, if you worry, why pray? If you pray, why worry? Do not let fear seep in. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's not real. I'm telling you, I don't know why this thing is not, I have the camera plugged in, but it says it's going to die. Okay, we're going to wrap this one up because maybe that plug is not plugged in. Maybe that thing is switched off or something, because it says the battery is low and it's going to die, but it's plugged in. So I hope that I was able to lift you guys up and make sure I didn't miss anything. Stay safe. If you live in a red state, stay safe, all right? Because they're going to come gunning. I hear they want to try attack Chicago. Look, there's a lot of things in place that's going to be activated to protect us. Okay? I'm praying for the people, the women who live in red state that are still of childbearing years, because they're the ones that's going to suffer the most. So we need to lift them up and pray for them. Okay? I'm going to be good. I'm not childbearing years. You know what I mean? But I have a daughter, but we live in a blue state, praise God. They're not going to take away our rights over here so easily. Okay? All right, guys. Keep the faith. All is not lost. I still believe that it's not over. But I don't want to come back and do those kind of live where it's like, it's not over. We're going to wait for March. I don't want to do that. That's going to get me all worked up into the wrong energy. I'm just going to sit quietly and keep praying. Keep the faith. That's what I did when my mom was sick. And 2 times she recovered from her sickness. And when I go to the hospital to visit people, I don't go in there with that dire feeling of doom and gloom. When I went there, they already said they probably wasn't going to put that feeding tube in my mom's friend. And when I walked in and I found out they did that feeding tube, that was time for praising God. My friend Nisa, when I go visit her, I'm not going to walk in and, oh my God, poor Nisa, she's going to die. No, I'm going to go in there with positivity. All right, guys, the camera died like it said it would. Hi, A. Brown. The camera died, but I just came back to tell you guys bye, okay? I'm using the camera on the computer. Ooh, ooh. Hi, A. Brown. Can you hear me right? Give me a 1 if you could hear me so we could sign off. This camera dirty. Oh, it's right there by that light. Okay. Give me a 1 if you could hear me. Somebody give me a 1. Okay, thank you, Simply Smarter Shopping. This is the camera from the laptop that I'm looking at now because the other one died. It's plugged in, so I don't know. I think maybe that plug, it has a switch. Maybe the switch was off. All right. Thank you guys for coming in. Do not despair. Do not lose hope. Think about something nice to do for the rest of the day. Think about, if you don't want to think about something nice to do for yourself, do something nice for somebody else. Lift them up. You know, that's why I did this live, because I wanted to lift you guys up, okay? But now I'm going to find me a nice little meal to eat, one that's not going to hurt my stomach. And then we're going to figure what we're going to come back live with at this page and figure what the hell I'm going to do at the cooking page. I think I'm going to sit down and do a video and talk about that visit with the drag queens yesterday and how fun it was. I think that's the video I'm going to make, all right? I'll see you probably tomorrow, guys. Bye.